would like to welcome the new members of the Security Council and thank the briefers. Mr. President, in our region, intentions do not create security. Actions do. Israel and Syria have taken a cautious step with US support to establish a communication mechanism. We welcome it, and we hope it can support real and ongoing coordination on security, de-escalation, and diplomacy. But what matters is not intention, it is action on the ground. The situation in southern Syria directly affects the safety of Israeli civilians. Armed groups, radical elements, and instability near our border are not theoretical risks. They are real, present dangers. Israel's position is straightforward. There can be no armed militias, no terrorist infrastructure, and no weapons positioned along our border. We know this because we have lived it. You can ask UN officials about what happened to UNDOF, what happened to them when the Assad regime collapsed. UNDOF personnel came under fire from ISIS and other jihadist groups. Our soldiers stepped in to protect them. That showed us just how fast chaos can fill a vacuum. Those risks have not disappeared. In recent weeks, the lack of control has been visible even in the heart of Syria's capital. In November 2025 and earlier this month, rockets struck central Damascus, including the Mazed district, hitting civilian areas and sites near key infrastructure with no clear accountability. That does not boost stability. That shows a lack of control. We are also deeply concerned by reports that ISIS prisoners are being released from prisons in Deir Azur and elsewhere. These developments point to the danger of renewed jihadist and terrorist activity. Israel remains firmly opposed to terrorism in all its forms. We will not accept conditions that allow terrorists to regroup, rearm, or expand. Today, many of you raised concerns about the safety of minorities. At the same time, we hear hopeful talk about new Syria, Syria Jadida. But history teaches us governments are not judged by speeches or promises, but by actions and by how they treat the most vulnerable minorities. In recent weeks, we have received disturbing reports from Kurdish areas in northern and eastern Syria, reports of forced displacement, brutal abuse, and killings. The Kurdish people are not a footnote. They stood between us, between the world and ISIS. They fought, they suffered, and they paid a heavy price so others would not have to. They represent courage, pluralism, and the belief that a different Middle East is possible. To remain silent as they are being persecuted now would be moral failure. The same warning signs are visible elsewhere. We have seen pressure and violence directed at the Druze community in the south. These are not isolated incidents. The so-called Syria Jadida, New Syria, cannot be built on fear, repression, or the targeting of minorities. Israel seeks peace and stability, but our security is not negotiable. Mr. President, if there are clear, verified assurances of security in southern Syria, including the removal of radical elements and the protection of minorities, Israel is prepared to cooperate. Let me be clear. Israel is not the source of Syria's instability. Armed militias, terror proxies, jihadist groups, and foreign actors pursuing their own agenda, they are the problem. And let's be honest today. We speak with the Syrians. Syria's foreign minister, Assad al-Shibani, and its head of general intelligence, Hussein Salameh, have met with my colleagues, Israeli officials in Paris, to discuss those issues, to discuss coordination, stability, and security. They did so willingly. They did so because they understand a simple fact. Israel is not the problem. Israel is a potential partner for stability. Some in this room may choose to believe the promise of a new Syria. Others, watching what is happening on the ground, are a little bit more skeptical, and rightly so. There is a difference between intention and action. Israel knows the cost of instability. We do not speak about it. It's not only a theory. We confront it. If Syria is serious about a different future, they have to take action. Not on blaming Israel, not on slogans, not on political theater. They know exactly what they need to do. They have to remove radical and terrorist elements. They have to protect minorities. They have to restore control on the ground. Without action, intentions mean nothing. Thank you, Mr. President.